It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Meloni.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Got a great show planned for you all today. In just a moment, we're going to be talking with Becky Fox, owner of Fox Fitness. So we got a fitness entrepreneur in studio today, and I'm looking to get some great tips on how I can lose this weight I seem to have picked up through the years. It just will not go away. So looking to have a great conversation with her here in just a second. And also on the second part of the show, we're going to be talking with Jeff Hunt and John Wakefield with the Gasparilla Music Festival. And take a moment to invite you over to my website, tampabayradio.com, where you can catch past shows of That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. And also you'll see all of my real estate property listings, as I am also a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker, specializing in the sale of bank-owned properties. And on the website, you can see all of my pre-listed properties as well as all the properties currently on the market. Again, head over to tampabayradio.com. Also, you can find the show up on iTunes, so I invite you to check me out over on the iTunes podcast. And also, please connect with me on all the social networking sites, facebook.com/That Business Show, and also over on Twitter under the handle Jamie_Meloni. I want to take a quick moment to wish or to give congratulations over to Mayor Buckhorn. Today is his election day, and I don't think anybody is actually running against him, so we will be having the Mayor Buckhorn being elected to his second term today. So he's doing a great job helping out the city. So congratulations to Mayor Buckhorn ahead of the actual election day results. A lot of people probably don't even realize he is getting elected today because it's uncontested, and he's done such a great job that nobody even wanted to challenge him. So again, congratulations over to Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn. Let's go ahead and bring on the first guest for the show. Becky Fox is a certified personal trainer, nutrition coach, clean eating chef, and the owner of Fox Fitness. Becky is passionate about helping women live a more confident, energetic, and fit lifestyle without giving up foods they love or having to spend hours in the gym. She does this through her local Foxy Body Team training program, as well as her online Foxy Body coaching programs. Becky, welcome to the show today.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you very much. So let's begin a little bit more about what it is that you do in your business and how you got involved in fitness altogether.
Yeah, so I here in Tampa, I offer group training. So I love the group format versus the one-on-one just because it's a lot of fun. People get to come work out together, which is always very exciting because they get support from me, but they also get support from so many other people. So I love helping people transform their bodies with exercise, with teaching them how to eat healthy, and just even changing their mindset around exercise and health and that sort of thing. So we don't realize a lot of times that we're sometimes holding ourselves back mentally from reaching our goals as well. So
now, how long have you been in the personal training and fitness industry?
Yeah, so I've been in the fitness industry for about 9 years now. I actually dropped out of college for my master's program to go into fitness because I got certified as a group fitness instructor when I was going to school for counseling, and I just loved it so much
Right.
that I decided, you know what, this is what I want to do. And if I change my mind, I can always go back to school, but I didn't. So, so I've always been really active in everything, and it evolved just from a simple, I had a free training session at the gym, and I was like, this is so cool that you can do this as a career. And so that's where it really stemmed from.
Okay, so you were in college for another field of study altogether.
I was.
And you said you dropped out of your master's program?
I did, master's in counseling.
Master's in counseling. So what was your undergrad in?
Psychology.
Psychology.
Yeah.
So, and then just a free personal training session started you on this path of entrepreneurship in the fitness industry. So I take it then that was your inspiration then?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it was just, I just didn't even know it was a career field. So sometimes you just come across things that you're like, wow, I didn't really know people do this for a living. And just having that free training session, it kind of opened me up to a new area. And honestly, even then, I still was just planning to maybe train some people while I was in grad school. So even at first, it wasn't like a complete switch. It kind of took a little bit of time. But I was like, I just started doing the classes and started teaching and doing the group aerobics. And I just didn't want to do anything else. So
take me through your programs and what you do with new clients. If I were to come to you and say, I'm having some problems, losing weight or lack of energy, take me through a typical, initial consultation with people.
Right. So for me, it's important that I get to know the person before I start training them. So a lot of times I'll ask people, what are your goals? So for a lot of people, whether it's they're trying to lose weight or they're trying to tone up, I need to know where it is they want to go so that I can make sure to help them get there. So we always start with assessing what their goals are, what they want to achieve. And for everybody, that's a little bit different. I do focus a lot on the weight loss niche. So a lot of times people come in and they're like, I want to lose 50 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds. So they just want to get back into shape and get back into the smaller clothes. From there, I like to focus on going into why they want to achieve their goals. So it's important that people realize the true reason that you want to achieve your goal. Because if you don't really know why you want to achieve a goal, it's going to be hard to reach that goal. So during our first assessment, and we'll go into the why a little bit. So for a lot of people, it's a lot of different reasons. It's because they want to be healthy for their kids and they want to keep up with their kids, or they want to prevent, maybe they're on the path to some unhealthy, maybe they're getting close to having diabetes. The doctor said, hey, your blood sugar is off and we need to really be careful of things. So, there's what is it that's really important to them that's going to keep them going? So even after the initial, everybody's always excited when they start a program, but they tend to kind of fizzle out after a while. So finding that
I know that path. I've taken that path many a times. I've been in and out of gyms and personal trainers, and I have a membership up to what's that one? LA Fitness, and I've been paying for a year and I haven't gone, and I keep telling myself I'm going to keep it. I'm going to go. So it's cost me like $300 or $400 a year to not go. So I don't know. I keep it there because in the back of my head I keep saying to myself, if I cancel, then I want to go. So tell me, who is your clientele? Do you focus on just women? Do you work with men also? Tell me a little bit more about your program.
Yeah, so I do work with men and women. However, my target market, I would say, would be women. So I just I'm a woman myself. I enjoy working with women. I understand their issues a little bit more than I do a male. So I love working with them to, help them feel beautiful again, help them feel more sexy, and just teaching them that, dieting, and living a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be like dieting. It doesn't have to be so difficult. It doesn't have to be super time consuming, and that they can lose weight and they can get healthy and still feel good and not have to be, starving all the time, or like can't ever have chocolate again, and that sort of thing. So I really get women, and I really love working with women. So
how would you, there's so many fitness experts and coaches and personal training groups. Why, when I'm asking you, what's different about your program, how would you sell your program to me? What makes your program different?
Yeah, so my program really focuses on the transformation and the results. So there's a lot of programs out there where, you can drop in and work out here, and then if you don't show up for 2 weeks, they don't care. Like you were talking about the gym. Like the gym doesn't call you if you don't show up to class.
And actually, that's where they're making their money, is on all the people that do not go. Because if everybody who has a membership goes, they wouldn't be able to
the
house
fire
everybody.
marshal would be in there closing them down because there's way too many people in there. So for me, it's really important that I hold people accountable, that, if they don't show up, I say, hey, where are you? Because I want to ensure they get the results. And I know the consistency of showing up to class and paying attention to what they're eating and getting that accountability from somebody is what's going to get them those results, instead of just expecting them to show up or like you said, not even caring if they do show up.
Right. How has your business evolved over time? I mean, you mentioned that you had started just out of college with a free personal training session. 9 years later, you're running a successful business. Tell me about the evolution of your business.
Yeah, it's been a rocky road for sure. I started up in Michigan just working at gyms. I lived in Tennessee for a while, and I ran my business there. And then I've recently moved to Tampa. And I tell people that I've probably made every mistake possible, lots of trial and error. And it's just learning. You have to realize you're going to fail. You have to realize that you just got to keep moving forward, because if it's something you really want to do and something that you're passionate about, you're going to find the way to make it happen. So for me, a big change over the years has just been my belief in myself and what I can do to grow my business. And so it goes back to that mindset we were talking about at the beginning, which is what I do with my clients. It's been something I've had to work on myself, about knowing I can achieve my goals and knowing I can make a difference, and that I have it in me to run a business, because it's not easy. And, a lot of people give up when things get tough. And I've had a lot of tough times. I've had a lot of times I could have easily given up, and I just kept
Yeah, I mean,
forward. So.
yeah, I mean, it's got to be a challenge running a business because you're not behind a desk. I mean, your business is out in the gym and stuff. So, I mean, you got to take the time to do the bookkeeping, the taxes, and all the the business stuff that so much of us hate to do. I'm over at your website, which is foxfitness.com, and I'm just perusing some of these things. I see you got a number of success stories. Can you share a couple of these success stories with the audience?
Yeah, so I've had lots of clients I've worked with over the years. I know Candace is one of my clients that I had up in Tennessee. She did really great. She was a mom of two. She was a photographer, and just watching her transform her body. It's not even just the transformation, like the weight loss and the inches lost, but also the confidence that you see. So like she was a great example of, building that confidence so she could be better. She's a photographer, so that she could feel better about what she does. And even though she's behind the camera, there's still a confidence that goes with being able to do your job effectively and feeling good about yourself, throughout the day. So that's a huge, like for her and for a lot of women I work with, it's not just the weight loss, it's that self-esteem and that confidence and, the change that they, just mentally that they see.
How do you deal with the objections? Because with our busy lifestyle, exercise and fitness is always the thing that we cut off at the end of the day. So obviously, if I've got 20 things to do today and I can't work them all in, I'm going to cut you out. That's just the way it goes. How do you deal with the objections? How do you? Do you have to get tough with your clients sometimes? Like, listen, you need to get in here. I need that from people, and I don't get that obviously because you're offering a service, so you have to be nice. And okay, I understand. Talk to me a little bit about this because I know that's a big challenge in your business.
Yeah. So I tell people that, like, for instance, for working out, people go, oh, I don't have time to work out. So that's partly why a lot of my sessions are only 45 minutes long. They're short. But I tell somebody, hey, even if you can't make it to the gym or you can't make it to class there, you just have something going on, like, take 15 minutes and work out at home. Like, it doesn't have to be this whole hour and a half long workout. So I think sometimes just challenging people to realize that you don't have to spend a ton of time always doing things. And another great thing, like I recently got a Fitbit. I got a lot of clients that have Fitbits.
What's a Fitbit?
So basically it'll track your steps throughout the day.
Oh, a pedometer.
Yeah, like a pedometer.
Okay.
So something simple like that too. Like, hey, you know what? Track your steps. Because it's funny because people will want to take more steps. So now they're automatically being more active just because they're like, oh, I want to get to a certain number, or I want to beat somebody else or something like that. So, I know people have objections, but what I encourage them to do is find ways to get around them that works for them. So instead of saying, oh, you have to go work out for, 2 hours, let's find out what works for you. You know what I mean? Because everybody's schedules are different. And like I said, even 15 minutes is better than not doing anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to take a quick break. If you're just tuning in, I'm talking with Becky Fox of Fox Fitness, and you've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. In the market for a reverse mortgage? Contact Access Reverse, a local company with personalized service in the Bay Area. Call them at 727-347-0305 or visit AccessReverse.com for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. They'll come to your home and speak with you about the best options for your reverse mortgage. Plus, they offer the lowest closing costs. Don't just get a reverse mortgage. Get the right reverse mortgage with Access Reverse. Visit AccessReverse.com. NMLS number 4566. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
This report is brought to you by Unbound. Join Unbound in seeing that every child has a chance to complete their education. Unlock the greatest natural resource, the power of an educated child to change the world. Sponsor a child at unbound.org.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
Well, problems continue on I-75 in the northbound direction. We now have a new crash on I-75 northbound at US 301 in Brandon. This has the left lane blocked. And the earlier crash on I-75 northbound approaching I-4, that's now all off in the left shoulder, but delays remain. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Udowick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line, 866-545-9595.
A dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock. Partly cloudy, high 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, patchy fog, low 65. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 81.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. And we're currently talking with Becky Fox of Fox Fitness here in the studio today, all about how to live a healthy lifestyle in a busy and entrepreneurial world. And so, we're talking off the air just a second ago about some, Diet Coke. That's my, big crutch. Tell me your thoughts on this stuff. This is the stuff I consider stuff so addicting. I sit here with this stuff and I drink probably 3 or 4 of these a day. And I used to smoke. I smoked for 5 years in my 20s, and I put that down without an issue. I had no problems. And I used to tell people all the time, I really don't crave cigarettes. I just do it because my friends did it, and I kind of got in the habit of certain times I'd have a cigarette. And as my health started to deteriorate a little bit, I used to start to feel a little bit more. I decided one day I'm going to quit doing it. I can't quit Diet Coke. What is up with this stuff?
It's crack in a bottle, I think, right? So, yeah, I mean, I am not a fan. Obviously, to me, it's like a little chemical soup that you're drinking. Mm-hmm. So, obviously there's no calories, which a lot of people think, hey, there's no calories, so it's not bad for me. But unfortunately, you're putting toxins in your body. And also there's some research out there that shows that having, these artificially sweetened beverages can actually cause you to crave sugar, to crave other things. So it can lead sometimes to eating extra. So even though you're getting no calories in your drink, you may make up for it later by kind of taking it in with food instead. So,
am I better off drinking regular Coke than Diet Coke, in your opinion? I've seen studies that recommend that, and I tell you what, the 0 calorie thing just sells me every single time.
Yeah, I don't know if one's better than the other necessarily, because they both have, if you're replacing it with sugar is not good for you either. There's a lot of research showing how bad sugar is for your body as well. And so, the best thing I would do is just, you don't have to go cold turkey, but maybe it's just cutting back a little bit at a time. So if, say you drink, 3 a day right now, just start with 2.5. Just cut down to 2.5, and you get used to 2.5, and then cut back to 2. I would highly suggest cutting back.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say, replace it with something else that's just as bad. So
it's so bad. How do you? I get up in the middle of the night and I want something to drink. I go get Diet Coke. Who gets Diet Coke in the middle of the night? That's something you want, like a juice or something. I get up and I grab Diet Coke. This stuff needs to be pulled off the market. It's so bad.
Yeah, and I think some of the chemicals, that they put in there, they're meant to be addictive. That's why you're like, I have to have my Diet Coke.
Yeah, and
so,
like I was saying a moment ago, I used to smoke cigarettes, and a lot of people battle, cigarette addiction, and I had no problems putting down cigarettes, and I haven't smoked now in over 7 or 8 years. But Diet Coke, I've tried to quit this stuff many times, and I just cannot do it. So, now, when you do work a lot with entrepreneurs, the busy person and stuff, how do you coach them on, their eating habits and stuff? That's a big challenge for me. Is I'm constantly on the go, and I'm always stopping into McDonald's or the fast food joints. and how do you coach your clients on proper eating habits?
Yeah, so I like to take more of a simple approach. I've learned over the years that whole diet, like, okay, you have to change everything about your eating habits. You have to not do fast food, and you have to drink more water, and you have to now you've got a list of 30 rules that you're trying to follow. And the first time you have a stressful day, it's all going to go out the window.
Yes.
So what I suggest people they do is to pick one thing, like their Diet Coke habit, and focus on that one thing. Set a goal for yourself that you can do every day. So whether it's like a number, like I'm only going to drink this many a day, or I'm only going to do this every day, and take a calendar, and every day that you hit that goal, put a little check on the calendar, because what's going to happen, you're not going to want to break that streak once you start, you get into a good streak of it. And by focusing on one thing at a time, you actually establish it as a habit, versus just doing something for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks and then going back to what you were doing before. So naturally, because you're trying to be healthier and you're trying to make a change, you'll probably eat a little healthier. But over time, you can add on. So you've established that as a habit. After doing it for about a month, you add on a new thing that you want to focus on. And over time, it's going to be a little bit slower, but eventually it's just going to be the way that you live. It's going to be how you eat. And it's going to be a habit versus feeling like something that you have to do, or something that you do just for 4 weeks, or something that you do for 12 weeks, and then you go back to what you're doing before, and what happens? A lot of times you gain all the weight back, and you haven't really learned how to eat healthy. So that's my biggest tip, is focus on one thing at a time.
What are some other good, healthy eating habits that you've seen people have success with? You hear things like don't eat after 6 p.m., things like that. I mean, what are some of the other success stories or things that you've seen actually in your business that have worked for people?
Yeah, so I always suggest, like you just mentioned, try to avoid eating 2 to 3 hours before bed, and that is more because it actually helps you sleep better. And sleeping good actually can help you to lose weight as well. There's one thing that's out there that I don't agree with, which is people always say eat 5 or 6 times a day, and that's going to help you burn more calories and all that stuff. Well, there's actually research that shows eating just 3 to 4 times a day is the same as eating 5 or 6 times a day. So a tip I tell people is, you know what, don't go out of the way to try to eat 5 or 6 times a day, because for a lot of people, that is a lot of work. That's a lot of work to have the food prepared, to stop and eat all the time. So if it doesn't work in your schedule, go 3 or 4. If 3 times eating it works for you and that's easier, that's going to make it a lot easier than trying to always find food or trying to eat, multiple times throughout the day. And also, the whole breakfast thing too. People say, well, you have to eat breakfast. That's not true either. So if it's easier for you to wait 2 hours to eat breakfast, or, it's just to wait to eat breakfast when it works for you, that's okay too. So I'm all about making it more simple, and you have to do what works for you in your schedule and your life. So a lot of these things, I think they came about from supplement companies and stuff that were trying to get you to do more protein shakes and do more of these products. So of course they wanted to throw out there, hey, you got to eat 5 or 6 times a day. You have to eat breakfast, because they want to sell cereal and they want to sell granola bars and all this stuff.
Yeah,
so,
the multiple eating times is definitely a big thing in the fitness business right now, and I hear that from all my friends, every single day. And I myself, I only like to eat usually once to twice a day. So a lot of people tell me that that's a huge reason why I gain weight so easily and stuff. But you're saying that you've seen a lot of people have success with just eating once or twice a day in your business.
Yeah, I would say, go for two or 3 if you can, just because it's about what works for you. So if you're going long periods of time and you're getting really hungry, you got to be careful of that, because you might end up just going and binging and eating a bunch of junk because you're so hungry. So the goal is to make sure that you're staying full throughout the day, and that you're keeping your energy levels up too. So if you only eat once a day and it works for you, you're not getting hungry, that's probably okay. Just make sure you're eating a really big meal when you do eat, to also make sure you're getting enough nutrients and calories and that sort of thing.
And I'm sure in your line of business, I mean, a lot of what you do in addition to the actual, physical fitness aspect is the counseling aspect of this. And you mentioned that you were studying, counseling with a master's degree. Do you find yourself being, a personal coach in addition to a trainer every single day to people?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's helping people to pinpoint what they need to focus on, what's going to hold them accountable, and just what's going to help them to reach their goals.
Okay. All right. Well, we got about a minute left. So before we head into the next break, tell people a little bit more about where they can get some more information and your website and things of that nature.
Yeah. So you can check out my website at foxfitness.com. I have lots of helpful articles on there, as well as a little bit more information about my Tampa personal training program.
Okay, and also, so you have a 3-day flat belly challenge also on your website?
I do. It's just a free opt-in that you put your name and email in, and it will send you a 3 sets of emails over the course of 3 days, and it'll give you some exercises and some tips on how to flatten out your tummy.
Okay, the 3-day flat belly challenge over on foxfitness.com. Becky, thank you very much. Great interview today, and I appreciate you coming in the studio today.
Yeah, thank you, Jamie.
If you're just tuning in, you've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. In just a moment, we're going to be talking with a couple gentlemen from the Gasparilla Music Festival, so please stay tuned. You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living a...
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products: hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Website, myfloridalicense.com.
Each franchise independently owned and operated.
Hey, Julie. Thanks for coming over.
Aw, thanks for inviting me. Wow, the place looks amazing. I love these window treatments.
Thanks. It's Budget Blind's exclusive new drapery line, Inspired Drapes.
They are really gorgeous. Can I have Budget Blind's number?
Sure. Call them today. They'll give you professional design advice on hundreds of fabrics and style options without interior designer fees. And they professionally measure and even install. You won't have to lift a finger.
Introducing Inspired Drapes, a Budget Blinds exclusive. Our gorgeous draperies and window fashions are like eye candy for your rooms. Be the first to see the new looks, new colors, new styles, even rugs and pillows that add the perfect finishing touches. Call 1-800-260-8939 now to set up your in-home consultation and be the first in your neighborhood to see our new collection. Call 1-800-260-8939. That's 1-800-260-8939.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
She didn't just visit the sick and poor. She moved in with them because they needed help. Mother Teresa couldn't do it all, but she gave her all. Compassion. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
We still have a serious crash on I-75 in the northbound direction near US 301 in Brandon. Both outside lanes are blocked here, causing heavy delays. Fortunately, the other crash on I-75 northbound approaching I-4 is now all off on the left shoulder. And now we have a serious crash eastbound of the Courtney Campbell Causeway near Midspan. The right lane is blocked. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterwick Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line, 866-545-9595.
1250 Winds Weather Center forecast. Low 80s today. Could see a bit warmer temps inland into the south. Sunshine, a few scattered clouds, and lows tonight into the mid-60s. Impact Radio, 1250 Winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Learn more about the show over on my website, tampabayradio.com, and catch the show here weekdays at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHNZ. Also, you can catch past shows over on the iTunes podcast. Just search for That Business Show. Also, feel free to connect with me on all the social networking sites for my daily show recaps and a lot of good information, both on the show and on real estate, as I specialize in the sale of bank-owned properties over at Coldwell Banker. On tomorrow's show, I'm going to have two great guests in the studio. We'll be talking with Claire Lessinger. She is the Sales and Events Manager for the Tampa Bay Sports Commission. And also Shannon Spring, a humor consultant. She runs her own business called Just Humor Me, and she comes out to your businesses and has a lot of fun with them and stuff. Both ladies from the Working Women's of Tampa Bay's group. Every Wednesday, again, will be Working Women's Wednesdays here on That Business Show. So a big thank you to the Working Women of Tampa Bay group. Again, Claire Lessinger, Sales and Events Manager with the Tampa Tampa Bay Sports Commission, and Shannon Spring with Just Humor Me will be in studio tomorrow. We're going to bring on the next guests for this show. We'll be talking about the Gasparilla Music Festival, being that we're in the Gasparilla season still. Jeff Hunt is in studio with me today. He is a founding member of the Gasparilla Music Festival and currently serves as board president. And he's also joined in studio with John Wakefield, who is the treasurer and fundraising chairman of the Gasparilla Music Festival. Gentlemen, welcome to the show today.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you very much. So first of all, let's talk about, what is the Gasparilla Music Festival?
Well, the Gasparilla Music Festival is a two-day music festival that focuses on really all things Tampa, but also brings to Tampa some great regional, national acts, as well as the great local musicians that we have to celebrate.
Now, when and where is this event located?
So the event takes place actually this coming weekend, March 7th and 8th, in downtown Tampa in beautiful Curtis Hickson Park and Kiley Gardens.
What type of bands are we going to see there? Are these all local bands, or what type of talent are we going to see there?
So we have 40 bands scheduled over 2 days of music, 4 stages. It's everything from gospel to bluegrass to straight ahead rock and roll. You name it. It's as one of our Sunday headliner last year said, it's a musical gumbo.
Yeah.
That was Trombone Shorty last year that said that.
Now, what is the history of the Gasparilla Music Festival? How long has this been going on?
So the first festival was held in 2012, and at that time it was a one-day festival. But the planning and everything that went into putting on that first festival really started many years before that. So it was founded by myself and John Wakefield and about 11 other board members at the time, mainly people who are from Tampa but passionate about Tampa, making Tampa a better place, and really trying to figure out what can we do to not only attract but retain young business professionals here in town. And the one thing that we saw that Tampa was missing was a music festival. So we started talking about it really probably 2008, 2009. We officially incorporated in 2010, thinking that we'd have our first festival in 2011, because that's when the new Curtis Hickson Park was going to be opening. Mm-hmm. However, we realized quickly that we were not ready yet. So we waited a year, probably the best thing that we could have done to get really ready for that first year. And then in 2011, was really just full-on planning and getting ready for the 2012 festival, and it was truly a startup. We were pitching people on an idea, mm-hmm. and that's it. It was an idea of bringing a great music festival to Tampa and what it would do for Tampa, and we had many individuals and businesses that believed in us and supported us. And we're thankful for that support and that continued support that we have today.
Now, you're both the founding members of this of the festival?
Right, yeah. The story that Jeff was just telling is actually pretty interesting. In that first year, we were out trying to raise money for the festival and going around to local businesses to get some sponsors and telling about our great vision for this wonderful music festival and how good it was going to be for Tampa. And everybody patted us on the back and said, "That sounds great. I'll buy a ticket when the festival gets planned." We were really having trouble raising that money, so we went out and we decided to form a group called the Ring of Fire, and went out to individuals, friends, business colleagues, family, and asked them to each donate $1,000. And for that, we could promise a wonderful time. We certainly hoped that the festival would be great years beyond that, and it would be a gift that continued to give to them, but there were no promises of that. Unfortunately, we had 83 people sign up for that, so we were able to take that $83,000 of commitment and that list of people back to those local businesses and say, these are the people that really want to see this festival happen. And at that point, really only months before we had the festival booked and scheduled to go off, the local businesses really came through for this organization, realized that it was there to, it was an event that was aimed at building community, revitalizing downtown, promoting music and promoting music education in our schools. And
how would you say the community involvement has been with regard to the government side of things? Are you getting support from the elected officials and attention from them? Tell me a little bit more about this.
Yes, we have a great partnership with the local government, Hillsborough County, and the city of Tampa. Mayor Buckhorn is actually one of our advisory board members. Always has come and opened up the festival with a greeting and welcome to all the festival goers the first day of the festival. He'll be there again today, Saturday, this coming Saturday.
And celebrating his, election, which is going on today. Talked about that at the top of the hour. So for the people tuning in late, a lot of people don't even probably realize today is election day for Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn, but it's uncontested. So that's great that he's a part of your festival. Go ahead and continue the point that you were making.
Yeah, from not only the elected officials, but, we have to send out major props to all of the city and county staff that are super involved in, managing and preparing the facilities, and the police, the fire department, the parks department. I mean, all these people really represent a great partnership between our nonprofit organization and the local government, and it truly takes everyone to make it as successful as it's been.
Okay, so you went from these initial 83 sponsors. I mean, that's a good bit of launch money right there, $83,000. I mean, I wish I could do something like that. So kudos to you guys for finding $83,000 to get your vision out in front of the public and everything. But tell me, how many sponsors do you have now? What has it grown into now?
Jeff, I think our number of sponsors, we've got probably 30 sponsors?
Yeah, probably 30 sponsors, and we still have a kind of a higher personal giving level to support. It's not the Ring of Fire; it's our higher ground membership. So if individuals want to come in and support us at a high level, and one thing to keep in mind, John just mentioned that we're a nonprofit, and we do support the music education for kids here in Hillsborough County. But and one of the things also I think it's important to mention is that we started a program called Recycled Tunes, and this is a really neat program where we take used instruments. We partner with people here locally. We refurbish those instruments. We put them back into the school system. So it's things like that we're doing that these individuals and businesses can really get behind, and it's neat. It's a great thing to do for our community.
What roughly? I mean, what would you say the number of attendees that come out to these festivals? Are you filling up the park right now with people? Is it a pretty active weekend when the festival comes around?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the growth of the festival. Year one, I think our total attendance was 6,500. Year two was 9,400. Last year, total attendance over 2 days was 16,200, and this year we expect a sellout crowd, capacity crowd of 20,000.
And you reach out for volunteers a lot at the Gasparilla Music Festival. How does one get involved as a volunteer?
Yeah, volunteers. I mean, Gasparilla Music Festival, without a doubt, is a volunteer-charged organization. Last year, we had 600 individual volunteer members that were part of the festival. They're key to making sure that all of the various mechanics have great leadership behind them. All the way to just being present from a customer service perspective. I mean, I know that just when I was on the grounds last year walking around, and everywhere you turn, you see someone with an bright orange shirt and a question mark on the back, looking at you, smiling at you, asking if you have a need or question or, what can they help you with. So it's hugely important. Those folks get a free pass to the festival, so there's something in it for them. They get a great T-shirt. We actually stay in touch with those volunteers throughout the year. We have a volunteer party, which is well attended by the folks that come out during the festival.
Now, if I'm a band, which I am not, but how would I get into the festival for all the the music entrepreneurs out there? How do you submit your band to play at the Gasparilla Music Festival?
Sure. So a lot of it is selection. We've got a programming director that handles a lot of the placement of bands, but we also do use a system called Sonic Bids. So for the smaller, lesser-known bands, but that are great musical acts that want to submit, they submit through Sonic Bids. That usually happens in the November time frame. We go through the submissions, and then we pick bands from there.
Did you have to weed out a lot over the last year?
Absolutely. We get a lot of great submissions. It's a very tough process, but that's one thing that I think a lot of people in the Tampa Bay community don't really realize how much hidden talent we have within a 50-mile radius.
Yeah.
There are some great musicians, and so being able to showcase those at Gasparilla Music Festival is a wonderful thing.
Now, talk to me about tickets, ticket prices, obtaining tickets, all that stuff. How does all that stuff work?
Sure. So ticket prices for the weekend, 2-day general admission, it's $60 for the weekend. So a very, very great ticket price point for 40 bands over the weekend. We also actually, I believe, just recently have sold out of our 2-day general admission. I'm sorry, our 1-day general admission ticket for Saturday. But there are still 2-day tickets available, so that would get you into both days. But Sunday is $30 for the day. And then also one thing that I think is good to note is that we have a group ticket discount for businesses that want to do something nice for the employees. They could buy group tickets. We have what's a 10-pack of tickets for $400. So as opposed to $600, you get it for $400.
And do you have VIP tickets available in addition to just general admission?
Actually, thank goodness we've been able to sell out of all of our VIP except for Sunday. We do have some Sunday VIP tickets left. And the price on those is $75.
What's different about the VIP experience versus general admission?
VIP experience is a great experience. You've got your own viewing area in front of the stage. You do get 3 adult beverages for free during the day. There's some food during the day. You've got your own area. And so it's really just a nice way to see the festival.
Private bathrooms.
Right.
That's a benefit right there.
Yeah.
I'd pay extra just to have access to the private bathroom.
Shade.
Yeah, we hate to have to stand in line for those, disgusting urinals or the porta potties, I guess we should say. So the Gasparilla Music Festival, this is a great, weekend for the family as well. Is this a very kid-friendly event?
Absolutely, very kid-friendly. Actually, most of the people on the board have families themselves, so they realize the importance of making it kid-friendly. Most of our kids' programming is in the first part of the day from 11 a.m. until about 2 p.m. And typically what happens is families will come out, enjoy the music first part of the day, and then a lot of people will take their kids back to grandparents or whoever, and then come back and enjoy the night. And that's just the adults.
Yeah. Some great information. Got to take a quick break, but if you're just tuning in, we're talking with Jeff Hunt and John Wakefield of the Gasparilla Music Festival. And again, you're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. In the market for a reverse mortgage? Contact Access Reverse, a local company with personalized service in the Bay Area. Call them at 727-347-0305 or visit AccessReverse.com for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. They'll come to your home and speak with you about the best options for your reverse mortgage. Plus, they offer the lowest closing costs. Don't just get a reverse mortgage. Get the right reverse mortgage with Access Reverse. Visit AccessReverse.com. NMLS number 4566. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage want you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear-to-close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
This report is brought to you by iHeartMedia.
Looking for a way to increase your business? Ever thought about advertising on radio? iHeartMedia can customize a campaign to meet your specific needs. Call 844-BUY-RADIO. That's 844-BUY-RADIO. Or go to iHeartMedia.com.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
We are still seeing a serious crash on I-75 in the northbound direction near US 301 in Brandon. Right now, the 3 left lanes are blocked here. Also, we still have a crash on the Courtney Campbell Causeway in the eastbound direction near Midspan. This has a right lane blocked. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson and Uterwick. Hillsborough Traffic Tip Line 866-545-9595.
A dense fog advisory in effect until 9 o'clock. Partly cloudy, high 80. Tonight, partly cloudy, patchy fog, low 65. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 81.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Currently in studio talk with Jeff Hunt and John Wakefield, founding members of the Gasparilla Music Festival. And so, gentlemen, I want to come back for our late listeners here. Rehash again what the Gasparilla Music Festival is, where it's occurring, when it is. So let's go through that again.
Gasparilla Music Festival is a 2-day live music festival showcasing about over 40 bands on 4 different stages at Curtis Hickson and Kiley Garden Parks in downtown Tampa. It's, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful outdoor venues in the country. Backdrop is downtown Tampa, all around on 2 sides, and then the other side is, of course, the beautiful Tampa Museum of Art, and then the river and the University of Tampa. So it's a wonderful venue for a great music festival that supports music and music education in this community.
And you were talking, just a moment ago about this is just a great, event for the family, a great 2-day event over the weekend. And you're talking about, the children 12 and under can get in for free. So talk a little bit more about, this from the parents aspect.
Right. Jeff was saying earlier that most of the board members for the Gasparilla Music Festival, a lot of us have children ourselves, and so making it a family-friendly event is very important. Every year, the last 3 years, the moms and dads with strollers and kids of all ages, from infants to 12-year-olds, will show up at 10 a.m. when the gates open and come in and really enjoy the park grounds, hula hooping, throwing the ball. Some of the kids' programming happens at the very beginning of the day, so the first 2 or 3 hours of the festival really is family-friendly programming. We've got some great headline acts for the kids this year. One I think a lot of families know is Disney's Choo Choo Soul. So it's a great event for the kids.
Yep, and I'll just add the other thing that we have that's new this year that we just announced is what we're calling our Kiddo Disco. And so Saturday, some people might know what a silent disco is, but it's essentially you go, you get some earphones, put them on. There's 3 different DJs that are in there playing different things on each channel. You get to pick your channel, and that's what you're listening to. So the kids will come in, put their earphones on, and be able to dance away to whatever music they want to dance to.
No, that's an interesting idea. So talk to me a little bit more. You're mentioning the group sales and stuff of tickets and stuff. Now those are those a discount off of the regular tickets? Talk to me a little bit more about the group sales tickets.
So, like we said before, I mean, this event is truly a community-owned event. We've been supported not only by individuals across the Tampa Bay area, but local businesses as well, and we couldn't have gotten to where we are without them. Every year for the last 3 years, we introduced what we call a business group ticket opportunity for local businesses to buy a block of 10, 20, and in one case last year, somebody bought a block of 100 tickets. At a discounted rate, and then what businesses have done, use those tickets for. I mean, you can use them for prospects and clients for your business, but what we've seen a lot of businesses do is actually give those tickets to their employees as a perk. It can, the employee can make it a family event because they can bring their kids out, and those kids get in for free. We've also seen these businesses use the tickets and give them to a local charity that they support to do something nice for the staff of that charity and send those folks to a fun event. It's been great. You can go on to gmfgrouptickets.com and you can buy. Today we have a 2-day silver package available, so you can buy 10 tickets for the price of $400, which would normally cost you $600, so it's a savings of $200. You can also buy a package of 10 Sunday-only tickets for $250, which would normally cost $300. So it's a great deal for local businesses and a great opportunity to really get involved.
What if I show up on the day of the event? Is there a box office at the event, and would you expect a sellout? I mean, talk to me a little bit about day of ticket sales.
Yes, we do have a box office at the event. We are expecting a Saturday sellout. Actually, Saturday single-day tickets are sold out now. So, but the box office will be open. So, if you want to come and get your Sunday ticket on Saturday, it'll be there for you.
You could also show up at the box office on Saturday, hopefully, unless they're sold out by the end of this week, and buy a 2-day pass, and still get in Saturday and of course Sunday as well. But those are a limited number of those left, and we're actually, I think, partially expecting those to sell out prior to the festival. But should there be any available, you can purchase those at the box office as well.
Now, what kind of items can participants bring to the festival? What can they bring, and what can they not bring to the festival?
Gosh, there's really a lot of kind of the no-brainer things. Don't bring any alcohol in. Don't bring glass containers. Leave the coolers at home. Unfortunately, leave
what
the
about like chairs, things like that?
Chairs,
yeah.
low back chairs. Absolutely, you can bring chairs in. Just don't bring the large, big large chairs. And really, that's about making it a great fan experience, right? We don't want to block people's view. We also ask that you please leave your pets behind. We don't want you showing up with Spot and not be able to get him in. So.
Well, we got a couple minutes left here, so let's for the late listeners, go ahead and rehash again. The history of this festival. Again, this is a couple-year event now, and it's really grown in stature. I mean, you're carrying about 30 sponsors now and everything, and it's coming up here is it this weekend? Is it now?
It is. It's this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. We're in our 4th year. We went to a 2-day festival last year. We're 2-day this year. We've got 40 bands over 2 days, 4 stages throughout Kylie Garden Park and Curtis Hickson Park in downtown Tampa. There are still tickets available. They are limited, so if you're thinking about going, probably a good idea to go ahead and get those today. The other thing is that we still have some volunteer spots that we'd love to fill. We've got as John was saying earlier, this is a volunteer-run festival. So if you'd like to sign up to be a volunteer, which does get you free entry to the festival for the day that you volunteer, you can go to gmfvolunteers.com, gmfvolunteer.com, and sign up to be a volunteer.
And that volunteer commitment is a 4-hour commitment. So after the 4-hour commitment,
I was going to say, what are some of the things that the volunteers are involved in? What do you got them doing over there?
It's everything from taking tickets at the door, making sure that things are running smoothly, making sure that people know where they're going, answering information or answering questions, helping with just the fan experience inside. And we're very big on fan experience. We want to make sure that people come and have a great time and want to come back for multiple years. And so that's what we're all about, is making sure that we really staff volunteers and knowledgeable volunteers.
And the site again for the volunteers was what?
gmfvolunteer.com.
All right, great. Well, gentlemen, got to wrap up the interview. Great interview today to a gentleman from the Gasparilla Music Festival. Thank you both very much for coming in. And the festival again this weekend, right?
This weekend, March 7th and 8th.
Over at the Curtis Hickson Waterfront Park, right?
That's it. Curtis Hickson and Kylie Garden.
Well, great. Thank you all very much. And you also can get more about the site over at GasparillaMusic.com as well, correct?
That's it. That's it. Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you, gentlemen, very much. Great information and a great event coming up this weekend. So great family event. So if you're looking for something to do, head over to the Gasparilla Music Festival. If you're just tuning in, you've been listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Have a great day, everybody.